Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video we'll be doing the top 8 chess mistakes people make. And why am I doing it now? Because this is just to advise you to make you better at games, because some people, they're like, oh, I keep on losing games, and some of these mistakes may happen because you're playing like this. See you later in the video. Well, the first chess mistake. And this first chess mistake is the most common out of all, and it is stalemate. Because stalemate means a draw. So, let's say if we were playing a game, and for example, I'd say king was in the corner, and one king was here, and the queen was here, and decided to move here. Well, you can keep the king there. This is stalemate, but almost stalemate, because the queen was here. Stalemate, because if the king cannot move anywhere, but is not checked. But checkmate is the king is checked and cannot move anywhere. So it's always the best not to play the stalemate way. Now, the second most chess mistake is actually not following the opponent's plan. So you have to see what your opponent is trying to do. Let's say they made a move like here, and that could make you take their queen, but actually that's forcing you to. So if you just took it, it's basically game over, because rook down here equals checkmate. Well, almost, but there you see, because there was also, if there was a pawn here and instead was, like that, if it was here and the position was like this, instead the queen went here, well, if it was from here went here, that equals, take that, it's check, okay, move there, and then you say make a random move like this, and then they move their rook down to make it checkmate. And also, it's because actually it isn't much checkmate, because actually the king was supposed to be here in this actual game. And so what happens is that if the queen was here, it was actually protecting here, so that it wouldn't be checkmate. They could just move here and then it would be checkmate. So you have to follow the opponent's plan. That's the thing. Now the third most known chess mistake is that doing random moves that there's no need to do, like move the queen here. Because what's the point of attacking this pawn? But you could actually, because this queen is attacking here, you could just move queen here. Much better. Even protecting both these pawns actually. So it's always best not to make random moves, because then you can end up being trapped. That's the whole point. Now we have the fourth one. Don't move your queen out too early. Because let's say started like this, and then you just took your queen out because you're trying to force their bishop out, because they're trying to think you're going to go here, just like checking the king. Well, not really force the bishop out, but they would try and actually try the bishop, but they would instead try attacking your queen. And then your queen can end up in bad positions because they're forking, which I'll be telling you in next video. So you have to keep your queen safe, so that after a while, don't move your queen out too early unless it's really urgent. Like, for example, they put their bishop out here, attacking the weak pawn, and then, for example, let's say skip moves, and then they went here, and then they went there, for example, And then, the worst of all, you just move your pawn here. And then they got down here, let's say, and attack the rook. The best bit is to attack down here, making sure that they try to take, making sure that, what's the point? Which now means the knight is basically trapped. So now the knight is trapped. That's the best way to do it. Well, I've just put some of these, pieces in random places, but it's just that the fifth chess mistake is losing control of the center. The center is the best way to do it, because if you move it here, then the queen gets the center, which is even worse, because how many squares could the queen move to? 1, 2, 3, countless. Okay, I don't want to count and waste time, but almost, loads. So it's the best way not to, take control of the center. Not take control of the center and lose the center early, because if you lose it early, then it's going to be very hard for you. And now our next chess mistake is forgetting to castle. For example, let's say they only had this, even though this day is impossible, and they moved their queen here. They're trying to force you out. You have a few moves, but if this pawn wasn't there, they're trying to force you out. So then because they're trying to, make you forget to castle. They're trying to stop you from castling. So it's always best to castle before they try to trap your king. So then they checked you again, so you move here, then they checked you, then they move in front. Then you see your king is trapped. All it has is 2 places to move, which is useless. And plus, if they move their king closer, soon the game will be over, as you know. So it's always best to castle early instead of wasting some moves. Now, diving into our 7th chess mistake is basically not defending our pawns, because if you actually don't defend your pawns, then let's say rook here went here, it's always best, let's say, to defend your pawns, because pawns are actually useless, not useless, useful, because when they get to the other side, the best thing is you can get whatever you like your favorite piece, except for the king and a pawn. So you can get the queen, the bishop, the knight, the rook. And I get the queen. Well, it's obvious, all of us would. Usually. And so, here we go. Into our 8th chess mistake. And this 8th chess mistake is forgetting what is very similar to other stuff that we just did. Is basically like forgetting to attack some stuff. So it's basically forgetting to attack stuff when we can, because it's always best to attack stuff to make them people, whoever you're playing, let's say anonymous, let's try to make them waste moves and defend. So it's always best to basically always attack stuff when there's nothing defending it. So you're trying to make them waste moves and defend stuff when this would go not planned. It's always the best. And this is our last chess mistake. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope so your chess has improved after this video. And please like this video, subscribe to your channel and share this video. And why I'm saying this is because your support really helps us. And plus, it's always good for support. Bye!